purpose of this podcast is to help students with the creation of their research note cards. We will start at the end, the final product, the actual paper. So this was the sample that was shown to students, and keep in mind that the essay prompt is different. This is why did Western expansion happen, not what caused the Civil War. However, the exact same concepts do apply. And in fact, since this is the Louisiana Purchase, a lot of this information actually would also apply to the causes of the Civil War as well. But just keep in mind that this is not written about the cause of the Civil War. This is why did westward expansion happen. But let's look at this sentence here. The President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, negotiated Louisiana Purchase in 1803 with the French for a mere 3 cents an acre. That came from book source number 1. So how did the student write that sentence? Well, first, they found the resources, in this case, this book. This book is Causes of the Civil War, the ebook from our library, properly cited. And this is the information that the student was able to find in that resource about the Louisiana Purchase. Now, down below, they found a lot more information about the Mexican-American War from the same resource, from the same book, but we're focusing on the Louisiana Purchase right now because this is the Louisiana Purchase paragraph. So this information is what was found. This information now the student is thinking about, they're looking at it, am I going to be able to actually use it in the paper? They decide that they can use some of it in the paper. So after thinking about it, this information becomes this note card. So the source is B1, Book 1, topic Louisiana Purchase. Several of your note cards are going to say Louisiana Purchase. You're going to have several note cards because remember, each note card essentially becomes one sentence in your final essay. Maybe 2 sentences, but no more than that. So you're not writing everything you can find about the Louisiana Purchase on one note card. You're being thoughtful, you're organizing, you're really thinking about sentence structure. This information is going to become 1, maybe 2 sentences. In this case, it becomes 1 sentence. So this information, in turn, enabled the student to be able to write this sentence in their final paper. Let's walk through another example. Here are the next 2 sentences. This came from another source, book source 2. Book source 2. So we'll go down to book source 2, which is your classroom textbook, the TCI textbook. In this case, the student actually used the actual in-class textbook. They didn't use the online version, so they didn't put the URL because they had the actual textbook in hand. They were able to get a lot more information about the Louisiana Purchase from the textbook. And here's the notes that they took. These notes, in turn, resulted in this note card. Now you'll notice there are a lot more facts here than here. Now that doesn't mean that these other facts are not also going to be used, at least that some of them are not also going to be used. But you want to again be organized because each note card is becoming 1, maybe 2 sentences. So there may be other information here that is going to be used in a 3rd or maybe even a 4th or even a 5th note card. But from this information, the student is thinking, they're organizing. This note card really, there's a lot of information. It's really 1 fact unit. 1 fact unit. The unit is, was the Louisiana Purchase a good idea or not? And here is what the student learned about that. Even Jefferson had doubts about it. Concern over the size of such a large country. Can it be managed? But then there's others that loved it, particularly Western farmers. Really, and here's a direct quote from a Western farmer that is being used. This information, in turn, becomes 2 sentences, including the direct quote. Not all agreed with the wisdom of the purchase, but As one Western farmer puts it in a letter of thanks to the president, quote, "You have secured us the free navigation of the Mississippi. You have procured an immense and fertile country, and all these great blessings are obtained without war and bloodshed," end quote. So again, the student was able to write these two sentences from this one note card, and information from this one note card came from this part of the note sheet. And again, the student might write a sentence about Haiti and why Napoleon Bonaparte wanted to sell the Louisiana Purchase. But that's a different note card. That doesn't all get crammed into one note card. That's a different note card. Perhaps it's this note card here. So hopefully this is going to give you some ideas on how you can arrange and manage your note card creation over the course of the next several days. Email me if you have any questions.